Air travel feels routine, but there's an entire world behind the check-in counters and jet bridges that passengers are rarely told about. From secret profit strategies to hidden operational truths, travelers are often kept in the dark about the very systems they rely on. In this video, we're revealing 15 airport secrets airlines are actually keeping quiet about. And some of these might just change the way you fly forever. If you find this eye-opening, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more travel secrets and flight hacks. Number 1. Boarding order is all about money, not efficiency. While it may seem like boarding by groups or zones is a well-thought-out strategy to get everyone seated faster, the real motive isn't speed, it's revenue. The chaos and delay caused by standard boarding techniques actually benefit airlines by creating discomfort. Passengers often pay extra for early boarding, just to avoid the stress of finding overhead bin space or being last to settle in. Airlines intentionally divide passengers into multiple groups, even when there's minimal difference in timing. This psychological trick makes travelers more likely to purchase priority boarding, upgrade to premium seats, or sign up for loyalty programs, all for the sake of skipping a few steps in the process. The reality is, randomized boarding has been shown to be faster, but it doesn't sell extras. Controlled discomfort equals profit. Number 2. Luggage weight limits are strategically designed. At first glance, baggage weight restrictions seem logical for safety and balance. But here's what isn't being said. Many of these limits are designed not around actual aircraft capability, but around maximizing ancillary fees. Most checked bags are limited to 23 kilograms, 50 pounds, but aircraft can often handle more weight per bag without issue. By setting a slightly inconvenient weight limit, airlines encourage accidental overages. Even being 1 kilogram over can trigger a $50 or more penalty. And because most travelers don't carry a scale, they're left guessing. Moreover, overhead bin policies on carry-ons are becoming stricter, not just to control space, but to push people into checking bags and paying for that too. It's a hidden income stream worth billions globally each year. Number 3. Airports are designed to make you spend more. Ever wonder why it feels like such a maze just to reach your gate? That's no accident. Airport architecture is deliberately designed to guide passengers past duty-free shops, high-end boutiques, and overpriced cafes before reaching boarding areas. Psychologically, travelers are more prone to impulse buying while under time pressure or stress. Airports use long walkways, confusing signs, and even relaxing lighting to slow passengers down and keep them in spending zones longer. Everything from the layout of restrooms to the location of charging stations is optimized to encourage purchases. In many major airports, up to 50% of revenue comes not from airlines, but from passengers spending money between security and boarding. And travelers are usually unaware they're part of a finely tuned profit funnel. Number 4. Airfare prices change based on your search history. Dynamic pricing isn't just used by airlines, it's also affected by how and when travelers search. Websites track user behavior through cookies and IP addresses, and if a specific route is searched multiple times from the same device or location, the prices can go up. The urgency this creates pushes users to book quickly out of fear that prices will continue to rise. Airlines and booking engines rely on this fear-driven behavior to lock in more sales at higher prices. Clearing browser cookies or using incognito mode can help mitigate this, but most travelers don't realize they're being psychologically manipulated every time they refresh a search. Number 5. Flight delays are often deliberate or strategically ignored. Not every delay is due to weather or mechanical issues. In some cases, airlines deliberately delay flights to consolidate passengers onto fewer aircraft, saving operational costs like fuel and crew hours. Similarly, smaller delays are often ignored in the public announcement system, but visible in internal airline logs. A late-arriving crew or missing catering cart can stall departure, but rather than update passengers immediately, airlines often hold back the real reason or claim minor technical delays. Additionally, flight arrival times are often padded. A flight that takes 2 hours may be listed as 2 hours and 20 minutes, giving the airline buffer time to appear on time, even if delayed. This boosts performance metrics without actually improving reliability. Number 6. Security screening isn't always what it seems. Airport security seems tight, and in many ways it is, but some aspects are more performative than people realize. Known as security theater, this term refers to actions that look rigorous to give passengers a sense of safety, but may not significantly improve actual threat detection. Random secondary screenings, manual pat-downs, and even liquid restrictions are sometimes enforced inconsistently, depending on staffing or regional rules. In some airports, lines for pre-check or fast lanes bypass key checkpoints entirely. Yet those passengers are still cleared for boarding. The inconsistencies are rarely acknowledged, and most travelers don't know that certain security policies are more about appearance than effectiveness. Number 7. Some flights are intentionally overbooked on purpose. It may seem outrageous that a flight could sell more tickets than it has seats, but this is a common and calculated strategy. Airlines rely on the fact that a small percentage of travelers will cancel or miss their flights. By selling more tickets than available seats, they ensure the plane flies as full as possible. When everyone shows up, though, the result is chaos. Passengers get involuntarily bumped, or the airline scrambles to offer compensation. But this risk is already baked into the business model. The payout for a few bumped travelers is far less than the revenue gained from full bookings on every flight. In fact, airlines track detailed data on passenger behavior to determine how many extra tickets they can sell for each route. It's a game of statistical risk that travelers unknowingly participate in every day. Number 8. Lost luggage isn't always lost. It's sometimes rerouted for profit. When luggage doesn't arrive at the destination, passengers are often told it was misplaced or lost in transit. But in many cases, bags are intentionally rerouted to consolidate cargo space or reduce handling costs. Especially on connecting flights, if a bag doesn't make the transfer on time, it's sometimes held for the next available flight. Without any urgent effort to correct the situation, airlines have systems that predict whether it's worth the time and cost to rush the bag. If the cost outweighs the risk of compensation or complaint, they quietly delay it. Some even partner with third-party handlers who prioritize efficiency over passenger satisfaction. This means a bag marked lost may have never even been handled incorrectly. It was simply deprioritized. Number 9. Gate changes are often last-minute to control crowds. Frequent travelers are used to last-minute gate changes. While weather or late arrivals may be the given reason, gate changes are sometimes used to shift foot traffic within terminals, reduce congestion near boarding zones, or accommodate late-arriving aircraft. Airlines and airport authorities use crowd flow software to monitor how people move inside terminals. If a gate area becomes overcrowded, or if retail zones need a surge of foot traffic, passengers may be shifted to gates farther away without realizing they're part of a calculated crowd control tactic. And yes, that sudden gate move that adds an extra 10-minute walk across the terminal, it might have been more about optimizing shop exposure than anything else. Number 10. Airline meals are designed to taste better in dry air, but not healthier. Meals served on airplanes often taste overly salty or bland. That's not because the food is poorly made, it's because of the way taste buds behave in high-altitude, low-humidity environments. To combat this, airlines adjust the seasoning, often adding extra salt, sugar, and umami to compensate. However, this compensation isn't always nutritional. Meals are crafted to be satisfying more than healthy, with many exceeding the salt and calorie content one would expect on the ground. Additionally, catering is often outsourced to minimize costs, and meals are prepped hours in advance. So even when airlines promote fresh, quality options, the focus is usually on shelf life, temperature control, and minimal food waste, not nutrition. Number 11. Frequent flyer miles are less valuable than ever before. Loyalty programs used to offer real value, free flights, upgrades, and lounge access. But over time, airlines have quietly devalued these miles. Redemption costs have increased, blackout dates have expanded, and seat availability for reward flights has shrunk. Airlines also now use dynamic pricing for reward flights, meaning the number of miles needed can change daily based on demand. This has made it harder for travelers to predict or plan redemptions in advance. Many passengers collect miles thinking they're accumulating travel value, but the reality is, unless used strategically and frequently, most miles lose their worth faster than people realize. And airline loyalty? It pays the airline far more than it rewards the traveler. Number 12. Crew members stay in different hotels than you might expect. Passengers often assume pilots and flight attendants stay in premium hotels between flights, but that's not always the case. In many cities, crew accommodation is decided by cost contracts, not comfort. Sometimes crews are housed in airport-adjacent hotels with minimal amenities. In some lower-cost airlines, arrangements are made with budget accommodations that cater specifically to flight staff. While these places offer safety and rest, they're often nowhere near the luxury standards passengers imagine. Moreover, tight rest schedules mean that even if they're staying at a decent hotel, crew members might get less than 8 hours of rest before the next shift, especially on back-to-back short-haul rotations. Number 13. Airport Wi-Fi tracks you more than you think. That free Wi-Fi at airports? It's rarely free in terms of privacy. Once passengers connect, Their browsing habits, app usage, device information, and location movements are often tracked. Many airports use this data to analyze foot traffic, monitor how long travelers stay in shopping zones, and even predict how much someone might be willing to spend. In some cases, third-party advertisers buy this behavioral data to send tailored ads via apps or social platforms, even after the traveler leaves the airport. While the connection might seem convenient, the trade-off is often invisible tracking. And because passengers rarely read the terms before logging in, most have no idea they've agreed to be monitored for the entire time they're in the terminal. Number 14. Tarmac delays aren't always reported accurately. Long waits on the tarmac can be frustrating. But what many people don't know is that airlines are under pressure to avoid reporting certain delays. In many regions, if passengers are stuck on the tarmac for more than a set time, usually 2 to 3 hours, the airline must provide compensation or report it to aviation authorities. To avoid penalties, some flights are moved back to the gate briefly, then re-taxi out again. This resets the delay clock and allows airlines to dodge reporting thresholds. In some cases, delays are recorded as gate delays rather than tarmac delays to minimize bad publicity. The statistics the public sees often don't match the actual passenger experience, because manipulating delay reports is cheaper than paying fines or rebooking passengers. Number 15. Some technical issues are actually staffing shortages. Technical difficulties is one of the most common reasons given for flight delays or cancellations, but often the real issue is a lack of available crew or ground staff. Instead of admitting to a staffing problem, which could raise concerns about airline reliability, airlines use vague language to avoid liability and protect their image. This happens more frequently during peak travel seasons or after major disruptions. Even when planes are ready, there might be no certified crew available to legally operate the flight. The phrase, "technical issue," is a catch-all used to buy time, prevent panic, and reduce refund requests. It keeps passengers in line, literally and figuratively, without giving away how stretched airline resources really are behind the scenes. The airport world is filled with systems designed for efficiency, but many of those systems are also designed to benefit the airlines, not the passengers. By understanding these secrets, travelers can make smarter choices, avoid unnecessary costs, and stay one step ahead in the ever-changing landscape of air travel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more deep-dive travel tips and hidden truths airlines don't want you to know. Stay smart, travel safe, and we'll see you in the next video.